session focused on Islamizing the classroom from ta'lim to tarbiyah, reminding us that teaching is not only about delivering knowledge, but also about nurturing values, habits, and character in our students. In the second session, we explored conflict management for educators, learning how understanding root causes, empathetic communication, and thoughtful resolution strategies help build positive and peaceful classroom environments. In the third session, we learned critical aspects of emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and human-centered teaching, themes that are essential for building healthy classrooms and emotionally resilient educators. These sessions together have prepared a strong foundation for today's topic. Today, we move into session 4, the Living Lesson Plan, from paper to practice. This session invites us to reflect deeply on an important question: can our lesson plans truly shape minds and character? It is now my honor to introduce today's facilitator, Dr. Saiqa Alam, a respected psychologist, author, educator, and academic leader, and the founder of CCISC and academic head of Palm International School. Dr. Saiqa will guide us through how lesson planning can integrate meaningful content, cognitive processes, and psychological insight, turning planning into purposeful classroom impact. Dr. Saiqa Alam, the session is now yours.
Jazakallah khair. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi ishrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, everyone. We will, before starting the today's session, let's have a recap, because what we are dealing in the sessions, it is a lesson plan itself. The first session was also a part of lesson plan. The second and the third session was also a part of lesson plan. So we are living in the lesson plan itself, we can say it. So it is not like that the theory is different and what we are doing is different. It is not like that. Rather, what we are dealing, how to start a class, everything which we are dealing is a part of lesson plan. Today's session is about a living lesson plan. So what is a living lesson plan is like whatever the things we eventually got to know about the things, like the components of how to teach or how to nurture the character in students, how to go through the each and every stage of Bloom's taxonomy. They are the part of our lesson plan. So these things is in our mind. Now we have to take everything, all the elements, scattered elements, and put them on a plate. That will become our lesson plan. Okay. So till now, the first, second, and the third session, any question till now we are having, you can ask me in between also and now also, because I already told you this is not a monologue program like I am telling and you are listening, and this should not be in a classroom also. Since we are having one online session, so it is very difficult to interact more often. But yes, now you people can come up with your questions, and we can make this session live. So can we proceed? No questions, so we can proceed.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. So the first session which we have taken, that was the journey from Talim to Tarbiyah. That means what the teachers are thinking and what the teachers are teaching in the classroom, and what the students are becoming. That should be aligned. One thing should be integrated, and the student should be come up with one character. We can cultivate more than one character, but it will take time, and nurturing too much character from one chapter is difficult. But if we have a target in our mind, like a student of age 5 years, he should have this character, or a student of 10 years, he should have these qualities. We will not say character, but the qualities which we have to integrate. And then the students will be practicing, and what the students will be continuous practicing and becoming, that will become their character. So we can say a persistent static behavior which one person is practicing, it will become the character. Okay. So it is not a one day show, but yes, the journey will start from here. So living lesson plan is something you have to be clear in your mind. Like if I am going to teach algebra, what should be the learning objective? Not only theoretical, but the practical integration also. If we are teaching atoms and molecules, the academic part is also there. There should be all the things in that also, like the character building, what you can do. You can nurture in the students like small deeds also is important, and that is the thing which makes you makes your character, or your groom your character. Okay, so it is not like that small deeds are not important, but our character is the cluster of small deeds, small actions. They will become permanent, and it will become a character. So this is how we can. And if we are practicing this also, this is emotional intelligence. How? Because working or changing small things doesn't takes much of effort, and it will be less stressful. But if you want to change yourself, others, everything, it will be stressful, and it is not feasible also. So this is how the blueprint goes. One by one you will be practicing, the things will be clear automatic, the next stage will be clear to you. So today the first session was talim to tarbiya, one lesson, one character. Session second was about the Bloom taxonomy, the previous session. So, in that, we have integrated the Bloom taxonomy with the psychology, and we have taken the case study of Siratun Nabi, the Taif incident, where the ultimate things which we got is the ultimate leadership qualities which Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam established through the Taif. So it is a role model. How he is a model? It is not a word only. It was the action which made him the role model. Intense pressure, intense odds, and he came out with a diamond like structure. So this is how we have to create the students under the pressure also, and the warmth should be there. So this lesson plan is going to be a living lesson plan. What you are going to create will be coming in the lesson plan, not just to it's a formality like every school. The management say like you have to make the lesson plan, you are designing a lesson plan. It should come from your heart. Okay. So I have taken the example of Surah Humaza, and inshallah we will be understanding with it. I have other PPT also, but this is the lesson plan PDF I am sharing, so that the things will be more clear to you. So moving ahead, the first thing which I have written, which most of the lesson plan they don't integrate, but in my school I use the teachers, ask the teachers to integrate this all. So it is a psychological thing, but once you will be learning, you will be able to write down the cognitive milestones also. The cognitive milestone is like what the mind is able to do in that particular stage. What is the milestone of the mind? So the thinking, the memory, the learning, which type of learning will be there. So the students below 7 years, they will have other milestone. From 7 years to 10 years, they will have the milestones, like they will have the other milestones, and the abstract thinking will be coming after the 10 years of students age 10 years. Once the students are 10 years or 8 years. So they will be moving towards the abstract thinking. From the previously, from the 2 years to 7 years, they would have a concrete thinking. Abstract thinking is like, if I am saying this lesson plan is meant for so and so, so you will be able to integrate or analyze the things which we have talked discussed in the lesson in the Bloom's taxonomy. So you will be able to apply it and then analyze it and then create your own. Once you are able to create of your own, that means you are in the level of abstract thinking. Okay. So first of all, you have to be very, very clear about the student. It is possible your students are not in the abstract thinking stage. So you have to take them to that level, that you have to write down. Once you will be writing that this is a plan, lesson plan is a planning, how we are going to teach. So the things which should be come in your mind also, it should be clear. Like which stage my students are. If they are in concrete thinking stage, we have to take them in the abstract thinking stage. Okay. Is it the cognitive milestone is clear? You can ask question if it is not clear.
Yeah, it's clear, miss.
It's clear. Okay. So it can vary from the student to student, but this plan is for the teachers. They have to target, like we have to take the students to the abstract thinking level. Okay. Second, the most important thing which I think every teachers used to make, that is the learning outcome. So once the learning outcome is clear, the whole lesson will move according to it. So here I have written, inshallah, by the end of the lesson, students will be able to the first, see, learn a lesson plan will be based on the Bloom's taxonomy. So here you will be seeing the learning outcome is also waived or framed according to the Bloom's taxonomy, which we have discussed in the previous session. So the first foremost level of the Bloom's taxonomy, what is it? Anyone can tell me? The basic level, the first level of Bloom's taxonomy. What was that? Anyone can answer? There were different levels of Bloom's taxonomy.
Knowledge.
What was the first? Knowledge. Very good. So the first one was knowledge, where we used to memorize the thing, where we used to learn the things without understanding. Okay, so this is the knowledge. Like if you are seeing some document, you are getting knowledge, and then after the knowledge, we will be processing it, and we will be reaching to the second level, that is the understanding. So I have clubbed the two, first and second, and here it is. The screen is visible to everyone.
It's visible.
Okay. So knowledge and understanding, I have clubbed it. And I have written it concrete thinking. Why concrete thinking? Because it is not up to the student. This chapter is for grade 6 student. Surah Humaza is from my book, Al-Hidayah Islamic Studies. And it is from grade 6. So student will be near about grade 6 student will be what age? I think 10 or 11, 11, 12 years. Let's see, 12 years. So the students are moving from the concrete thinking to the abstract thinking. So there is a transition. So what will be coming under the concrete thinking? The memorization or the knowledge part or the understanding part. I have covered both the knowledge also and then the understanding also. So the student will be memorizing the surah. Okay, so whenever we are going to teach a surah or a hadith or a dua or adhkar or any chapter from the physics, chemistry, anything, the first thing will be coming, like they have to remember the hard words, they have to remember the definitions, the terms. So this will come under it. Okay, so you have to make the lesson plan moving from the simple to complex. from the concrete to the abstract. Okay, so we are starting with knowledge. Memorize the surah with prior tajweed, with the proper tajweed, and explain the meaning with its historical context. If possible, since its understanding is also included, whenever the teachers, the Arabic teachers, the Islamic studies teachers, they are teaching a surah, so it should be, because the surah and the verses were revealed with some backgrounds. Why happened? Why the surah was revealed? So when we are giving the context behind it, so it will be more memorized, more remembered. More often the students are coming for the counseling to me and they are saying, ma'am, I am unable to remember things. So where is the problem? If you are just mugging the things, rote learning is there, so it will be difficult to memorize. But when you are understanding with the context and with the meaning, for example, let me ask you, you people, tell me something, some incident of your childhood. So how many of you can tell me the memory of your childhood? At what age? What will be the first memory you remember of your childhood? What will be your first memory? Means which age? You were at the which age? So your memory is still with you. Anyone can tell me the age only, not the memory. Childhood memories, anyone can remember now?
4 years old.
4 years old. Okay. Anyone before 4 years, they are able to recall the things?
I can recall some memories from
From
when I wasn't even 4, but I think the story that I have heard from my elders.
okay. So I don't think before three anyone can. Yes. The, the voice is cracking. I'm not getting the answer. Okay, let's move.
জি
Let's move ahead.
আমি নাইম, আমার মেয়ে ছোট আর কি, স্কুলে যাবে এখন প্রথম। ওকে, আপনি কি আমার সাথে ফোনে কথা বলছিলেন? না না।
Can we mute the others if
নাহিয়ান
they are
রাইহান
not
মোল্লা।
answering?
কি বলে ডাকি? নাহিয়ান বলেই ডাকি। নাহিয়ান। নাহিয়ান। ঠিক আছে। তার
The
বয়স কত
admin
বলেন?
can mute the others who are not giving the answers,
Sure.
because I think someone is
ঠিক আছে। ও কি
talking.
কিছু লিখতে বা পড়তে পারে? জানা আছে? আমরা ওইভাবে ওকে এখনো ইয়া করি নাই আর কি। হ্যাঁ, হয়তো এমনি 1 2 3 বলতে পারে।
Yes, thank you. So, why we are not able to recall? If I will say the chapter which you memorized in your early childhood, so it is difficult. But if there is some activity based learning, like we are recalling Jack and Jill, or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, so with that I think the teachers have involved us, not just the vocal thing was there, but teachers were involved. We have seen some pictures or something was there. So there should be a background with the memorization, so it will go in our permanent memory. Again, the memory has different parts. We will discuss with, someday how to make enhance our memory. It's also a part of the psychology. So we can enhance where is the problem, why it is not going to our permanent memory. Some memories are the working memories which are short-term memories, and they get lost if we are not processing it properly. Okay, so this is how it will work when you are dealing with the memorization of the surah, any surah. Just correlate this with something or tell them the background. so that it will go in your permanent memory. I have mentioned with historical context you can give. Now moving forward in the first section, understand backbiting and its different forms. So this surah is for regarding two things: the backbiting and then hoarding of the money. So these two things are here. So understand the backbiting. What is backbiting, its definition, why it happens. So this is the learning outcome. The student will be able to understand what is the backbiting or different types of backbiting. So there are different types of backbiting also. So what are the different types of backbiting? Gossip is there, or slandering is there. What is that? So they will be understanding the different forms. Next is identify the characteristics of those warned in the surah. For example, arrogance, excessive love for wealth. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guiding us or giving us the characteristics who are clinging to the money or who are involved in the backbiting. So this is how the first concrete thinking stage will be there, where we are dealing with the memorization, then going forward, understanding, then identifying the characteristics of those warned in the surah. So every time anything, first stage will be under identifying things, like identifying your emotions or identifying the situation, identifying the characteristic of something, so that you can move forward and correct it. If we are not aware about the things, we cannot move forward. Okay, so this is the characters, identifying the characteristics of those warned. You cannot ask a student don't gossip. You have to first define them properly. What are the characteristics of the people who do the gossips or who are doing the backbiting, and the characteristics of those who are hoarding money. Okay, then moving again, we have to start with the simple steps and then moving to the complex. So this is how the first learning outcome will be. So it is not so easy like just go and write 2 points or 3 points. You have to, the teachers should process the whole chapter in their mind and then come out with the learning outcome. So this will how you can divide the learning outcomes. The first part was, again, it is based on the framing structure of the Bloom's taxonomy. Second is comprehension and analysis, moving forward or moving in the ladder upwards to the Bloom's taxonomy. We have comprehension and analysis. Okay, apply will also come, comparison will also come, and then analysis, that is comparison, breaking small part in the content in small parts, and then understanding. Okay, this will come under the transitional thinking. Okay, relate the surah's message to everyday life involving gossip, slandering, and hoarding money. So we have the backbiting, hoarding of money. So what we are doing here, what will learning outcome here? The relate the we have first understood the meaning of the surah. That will come first of all the memorization. Second will understanding the meaning. Understanding the meaning means the translation, and then we are moving. We are relating the surah's message to everyday life. We have to connect the teachings. So this is a living lesson plans, because you are connecting everything to your uh, life, the your life, the student's life, or everyone's life. So you have to connect it. Next, analyze the consequences. Once we are done with the knowledge, once we are done with understanding, once we are done connecting the things, now we are moving towards analyzing the consequences. After knowing everything, we have the knowledge, we have the understanding, still we are practicing the same thing. So what comes? The comes the consequences. We cannot jump in the first session to the consequences also only, but in the consequently eventually we will be landing on the analyze. What analyzing? If we are doing, again the comparison will be coming. If you are not doing, what will happen to you? If you are doing, what will happen to you? So here the consequences, we can do whatever, we can choose to gossip also, we can choose not to gossip also. The students can choose to hoard the, to do the slandering also and not involve in slandering. So the we are free, but the consequences we have to, that is the consequences we have to face. This you have to make the students very, very clear that Allah has given us this time period, we can choose anything. Everything is in front of you, you know the knowledge, you have the understanding, and you can apply in your life also. That is the third thing, apply in your life and see the what is happening. But after understanding, applying, analyze the consequences. If you are going to do this whole life or repeatedly, it the consequences will be yours, harmful consequences. Then compare the physical and the spiritual impact of backbiting and arrogance. It's very, very important. Why I have written the physical, what can be the physical impact of backbiting? Anyone can tell the physical impact of backbiting? Anyone from the science teachers are here? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. So, I am saying like backbiting, there is a physical impact also. So, anyone can tell me, am I right, am I wrong, or any supportive answers, suggestions from your side? Okay, let's see.
Enmity, hatred, breaking off friendship groups.
Yes, it's physical things we are seeing. Very, very true. If you are doing backbiting or gossips or slandering people, so it is not cultivating love, it is spreading the hatred only. Okay, and it is the psychological impact also. The psychological impact, like you will not be tranquility will not be there. People think like I am slandering that person and it is a fun. Some people do it for fun, some people do for to make others inferior. But once we say we are Muslim, so giving the dignity is in the hands of Allah, and taking it also, it is in the hands of Allah. It is not in the hands of people, like I will make someone suffer or I will take anyone's dignity. So it is not like that. So once we are just saying the words from our mouth, we are not believing. Once we will be believing, we will not do. So psychological impact will be like, you if we are saying like we are momina, we are a good Muslim, we are a practicing Muslim, so we will believe in the words of Allah, and we will not be tranquil once we are making fun of other, we are being arrogant, or we are slandering or ruining the reputation of someone. We will not be. And then what will be the physical impact of these things? Our mind will release our some chemicals which will be harmful for our body, that will be harmful for our heart also. Maybe the insomnia, loss of sleep will be there, and lots of things will occur. Why people comes for counseling? Because of these things. There are lots of things buried. If we go and ask them, or sometimes they are not telling me directly like these are the things, but once I am taking them for the therapies, one by one the things are the hatred, the jealousy, and everything. 60% of the people's cause, the suffering, is this only, the hatred from other people. Okay, so we are not processing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guiding us. Why a whole surah is revealed on this topic? It's so important, so it is revealed. Okay. Okay, we will, every time I am landing with psychology. Okay. So we have to compare the physical spiritual impact. So there are lots of punishment mentioned. So it is a spiritual thing. So backbiting and arrogance, it's not good for us. Mentally, it is not good. Physically, it is not good. And then spiritually, it is not good. So we have to split the consequences. When we are doing comprehension or analysis, we have to split the consequences, and now we have to tell them. Don't read the surah like the that is in the first part. We are just telling the what the meaning. But when you are moving forward in the comprehension and analysis, just let them break, let the students break, ask them question, and how to do, we will be inshallah explaining in this chapter. Then reflection and application, that is the last, the topmost part, that you have to become reflective. What the character will be coming from the chapter when you are teaching Surah Humazat, what the character, the person will be reflective. Once I am going to backbite, or I am going to slander someone, or I am involved in gossip, so I will be reflecting. It is going to hamper others, or it is going to kill my state of mind, peaceful environment of my heart. So that will be a reflective person. So the person who was not reflective, the character what I am going to assimilate, he will not backbite, or he will, if he is practicing backbiting, he will minimize it and land to a place where there will no be mocking, backbiting, slandering of people, hoarding of money. Okay, so this is where we have to take the character building to the reflective person. Learn empathy and skills to prevent and counter bad habits. So we have to teach also. We have to instill this skills also. For a success in Jannah, we have to be have knowledge, then we have the iman, and then we have the skills also. For example, if you don't have the skills, how you will do something? If you are not mentally strong, how you are going to support your mental health, and then supporting others? So these are some skills. The good communication, how we can be a good how can be a good leader. These skills, the competencies, you have to learn. Okay, so you have to learn empathy and skills to prevent and counter bad habits. One day, it is not one day show that we know, we are aware about this, it's a bad habit, but we need to learn the skills. How? We will be learning in the chapter, inshallah. Till now, any questions, any doubt?
No,
No
miss.
question? Okay. So we are done with the cognitive milestone. We are done with the lesson plan. Lesson plan is most important because you are setting the target of the lesson. So that was done. How to go according to the Bloom's taxonomy, where you have to take everything. You have to encompass everything. Now the first important thing after that part is in your lesson. Now you, what you are going to perform in the class, here, from here it will start the performance part. Warm up. When you are going in the class, the class may be maybe not focused, maybe distracted. Now you have to grab their focus. Okay, so warm up or ice breaking activities, you have a 45 minutes, you have to plan everything. If you are planned with this, you are going to have an outstanding experience. And the students will also wait for ma'am will come and she will perform some activities. It maybe the students are waiting for this, you, for the warm up session. So make it very, very interactive. Okay, what we can do, so these activities can be used after the chapter. I have given a lot of activities. You can include these activities after the chapters also, or in our school, we have Friday as activity day. I will share some good activities in our school too. So every Friday, all the house in our school, they perform activities. So they are making podcasts, they are taking the classes also, they are doing ABL methods and all, making models and some more things. So these I have included lots of activities, but it is not possible you just pick one. I will make you understand or explain everything. The first of all, and this was I myself performed it, this is called the rumor game, and it is coming from the experimented learning. What we have to do, we have to make a chain of students. The students will be standing, and one student will be whispering in other ear, and like that the message will be passed. Okay, so what was the message I have given? I have given, there is a test tomorrow, talkative students will fail. This was my sentence I have given to the first student. They have to pass till the next. Okay. Then gradually they have passed their things, and then what happened? Lastly, just give me a second. Okay, sorry. I have given the sentence. Our teacher said there will be a surprise test next week only for the students who talk too much in class. Okay, this was a sentence I have given. But what the in the last, what I received the sentence, there is a test tomorrow, talkative students will fail. Okay, how this is a common game, everyone can, I think you people also have done in your classrooms. So any message when we are giving a student and they are passing, it will be distorted, something will be lost, something will be added. So in the last, new narration came in front of the me. That was, there is a test tomorrow, talkative students will fail. And what was the sentence I have given? Our teacher said there will be a surprise test next week only for student who talk too much in class. There was nothing like the students will be fail or something. Okay, so time to ponder, what is that thing, how did the message change? Okay, this we have to perform with the students, and let them ponder, let them reflect, how did the message change? What if this was about a person instead of a test? Here I have mentioned a test, there will be a test, but if this will be for a person, if I will say, like, that person is good person, but sometimes he lie. Okay, and this message is circulating and circulating, and lastly, that is a liar, that person is a liar, like this. So how that person about whom we are talking will feel, that is a very bad thing. So this is we have to do with the students. Okay, how does the gossip spread, and why does Islam warn against it? So this is a ice breaking activity you can do. Like, you have to stop the things when we are whispering about someone, something, some teacher, some student, how it is harming us also and harming that person also. So this is a game, it is looking like this, but you can plan like this. Next, one more game I have given. Just see, lots of games I have given. One is the crumble paper. We have, if we will crumble a paper, what will happen? So this is the emotional connection. I have tried to make the emotional connection with this crumble paper test. Give one student a plain sheet of paper and ask him to crumble it up, then smooth it back out, pass it to other student, repeat the process again and again. Then what is the reflection part? No matter how hard they try, the wrinkles remain. It is like you are hurting someone and then saying sorry again and again. You are making fun of other and then saying, oh, chill, chill, please, this is just for fun. Okay, but it hurts, like this crumble paper. We are trying to do this, but we cannot remove the tangles or the scratches on the paper, right? Wrinkles cannot be removed. So this is also a small test. See the Surah Humaza, a small surah, we are seeing it, but I can write 10 pages on it, and multiple things can be done with this small chapter. And what character and why it is very very important, the character making is because this is hurting our mind, mental problem, problem will be there. It is hurting our physical health, it is hurting our spiritual health. So it is not that if we are backbiting, we will go to, or we will have this punishment in akhirah, but in the dunya also we are suffering. And who is suffering most? The person who is doing the slandering or backbiting. So here you are seeing the heart is also involved, the mind is also involved. When the heart and the mind are involved in your learning and teaching, so that will become the emotional intelligence, and the chapter will be a complete chapter, and it will be remembered, inshallah. Okay, so this is how you have to let them play some games, but it should be in a planned way, and it should contain in your lesson plan. Okay, so this was two activities was regarding the backbiting. Next one activity is the overflowing cup. This is for the hoarding of the money. I have taken two glasses. One is for rich, one is for the needy, and there is one sponge. You are seeing one sponge is there. Okay. So I am pouring water. Water here is symbolic to the money or the financial gain, the anything. Okay. So the rich, we are pouring and pouring. See, so he is getting money, money, money. Okay. So it is not, see, overflowing. After a limit, after once it will be filled, it will start overflow. What it demonstrates, like, it is the money, the rich people also not getting benefited with the money. The needy is empty, but the rich is also not getting benefited with the money. What this is, what we are showing. Okay, it is what is happening. And then what is the work of the sponge? We are taking the sponge near this overflowing water. Now it is showing like hoarding of the money is like the sponge absorbing everything. No one will be benefited. Okay, so when we are Allah has given us money, saving and hoarding is different thing. So financial literacy here you people can pitch to the students. If the teachers have planned in their chapter, class 6 students are quite mature and smart, you can pitch for the zakat chapter, something like tax also, something you can correlate with other financial issues also. So what is the meaning of the saving and what is the meaning of the hoarding, that can be explained beautifully with this play or activity or in this chapter. So one chapter of Surah Humaza, how many things you are teaching, the emotional intelligence you are teaching. Crumble paper is very very effective for teaching how your heart is getting affected, and this overflowing cup is showing hoarding of money is not benefiting us also. If we are hoarding money, we are not getting benefited from this. So saving money versus hoarding money is different thing. Is it clear? The things, the activities are clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will share this document if required. If you people need this document, this lesson plan, I will share so that you can read it and plan it accordingly. No problem in that. So I've explained it. The teachers can club the chapter with the zakat chapter. In my book of Al-Hidayah, I have clubbed the chapter, means in class 6 we are having the financial literacy chapters also, like zakat after Surah Humaza. So we can club this two chapters. Now time to ponder, means you are making the students reflective. What When it is time to ponder, this is the reflection which the student have to do. Question is, what happens when one person takes too much and doesn't share? It can work with the students also. Like they have pocket money, they are going on adding their pocket money savings. So you have to give them the life example. It is not like the big people, we are keeping money in our banks and all. But you can take examples of the students and you can give them some relevant examples. So the question is, what happens when one person takes too much and doesn't share? Second is, how does sharing well benefit the society and bring blessings? But once you are starting sharing, you are fulfilling your needs also, then fulfilling the others' need also, sharing it. How beautifully it is a blessing towards you. The other is giving blessings to you also. You are getting benefited. You are giving others, they are getting benefited. And how the blessing is coming to you also, to the society, and to that person also. Okay, that can be explained. I need not to explain, I think. Next is, what are the ill effects of hoarding money, which this surah emphasize. These are the point of reflection. Now, this was the warm up. We are in the class and we have to perform one activity, and after that I am starting my actual content. So we will be explaining the heading and the content of the chapter. Whenever we are taking a chapter, be prepared with the heading, break the headings in the parts and explain it, what is the meaning of that. So we will be explaining the students what is the meaning of humaza and what is the meaning of lumaza. So what are the different types of gossips, slandering, and everything. So content I have not mentioned here, but you have to explain the content. Since we have, for example, one chapter we are having, we can divide the chapter in 3 or 4 classes. So for in first classes you can have one interactive session, ask them question and answers, and then explain a little content, and then in the next class you can go ahead with the other part. Like this we are planning in the one lesson plan. So content you have to explain how much you can explain from the books or the things given. Additional notes you have to write for yourself. Whatever the books have given you, you have to write in your things, and this will be coming from the not analysis session. Analysis, the Blooming's taxonomy. When you are going towards the Blooming's taxonomy, you are reading the chapter. This is for the teachers, not for the students. How the teachers will be extracting the additional notes, that I am telling. Okay, so before coming to the class, you have to be prepared with the additional notes, the content, because the students you are somehow very smart. Sometimes they will be reading the content and saying, madam, I understood everything. So you have to give some punching ideas or some additional things also. Okay, so additional notes in this is Ibn Kasir explained that the word way is a term of severe warning. 3 forms of ethical corruptions that are strongly condemned are backbiting, slandering, and hoarding of the wealth. Okay, these actions driven by arrogance and criticized for their destructive impact on individual and society. Again, just see, from individual to the society, every time, or whole books, whatever I have written there, I have put the things from individual to the society. We are responsible for our deeds. Individual correct individual first, and the society will be corrected automatically. So these things are why one person is doing mockery to others or slandering to others. It is for fun also. Some students may be doing for the fun also, but it is mainly driven by arrogance or wealth. For example, a person is hoarding wealth, so he will automatically become what? Arrogant, because he is jumping due to the power of wealth. Okay, and that is making the fear, making him arrogant. Once you will be thinking like all the things Allah has given and Allah can take it, so we will not become arrogant. So when you are having a bank balance of such and such amount, when you can explain, give more example to the students, like for example, a person who is very rich, have lots of money, but he has diagnosed with some disease. For example, let's see, he was diagnosed with some disease. So what will happen? The person cannot enjoy his food. Of a person who has lots of wealth, but he has diabetes. Okay, so he cannot eat the fruits or the sweets or these and that. So he has lots of restrictions. So this is how we should be grateful. The gratitude should be there, and we should not be arrogance for anything. Either it is knowledge, either is it is wealth, either the power, we are very strong, or we are very well, very healthy or wealthy or anything. It is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is a blessing. We have to adore it, we have to say jazakallah for it. So here you can nurture the characteristics of gratitude also, not to be arrogant, but be to be humble. Okay, so in each and every stage you can nurture, if it is in your in your lesson plan, or you can write in the bracket the character I am going to nurture from this chapter. So that will be the character of being humble, polite. Okay, so any question till now?
No, ma'am.
I
No.
have a question. I always struggle to differentiate between sympathy and empathy. In
Okay.
dictionary terms, I gone through a number of times, but really I could not differentiate in psychological terms. Since you are expert on it, if you clarify sympathy and empathy, how do I differentiate?
See, sympathy is something like you are feeling pitiful or for someone. Okay, means it only heart is involved there. For example, someone is crying, I also feel like I should cry. Okay, that will be a sympathy. But if someone is crying and I want, I am feeling like crying, or I am feeling sad, and I am going to help that person, means my brain is also involved, or the solution for that is also involved, then it will be empathy. So we have to, this is what the sympathy, empathy, it's we have to nurture the empathy in the student, not the sympathy. Sympathy, anyone can have a sympathy, but empathy is the sympathy plus the skill. Should I give more example, or it is clear?
Jazakallah khair, Jazakallah khair.
Yes.
Clear now.
Okay. So, any more question? Means my purpose is to elaborate this much to just a surah, because the surah is not just a little surah. It is a huge learning. Surah Al Asr, it's a small surah, but a huge learning is there. It is the thing, the planning and the deliverance which will make that surah or that chapter unique. The character learning, our learning is also there. First, we have to involve ourselves in that, and then we can teach the students. Okay. So no questions. So we can move ahead. See, every time I am seeing tarbiyah, how can we do tarbiyah? And in the starting also, I said that's a skill. So what the skill which we have to add in this chapter? So this see, the character building aspect should focus on, you are making character, you are going to create a character. So create character is just a habit. Okay, When it will become stable, it will become the character. So whenever the habit is there, you have to start with the awareness. I have discussed already. The student should be aware about the habit. Sometimes it becomes their habit and they are not aware, like how the tone, someone's tone is hurting others also. It is not they are using some negative terminologies, but the tone affect others. The pitch of their voice also affects other. Okay, so you have to make the child aware. Maybe there are some categories of the students, they will come to you. I have taken the types of students also. I think I have taken, and we will be dealing with the students type also. Like there will be students, though they are not understanding what they were doing. Once they will be understanding, they will come to you, ma'am, sir. I understand, like it's a bad thing, but I am unable to do control myself. This type of students will also come. Okay, so make them aware is the first stage that we have to do. Okay, avoiding backbiting and gossip. The first step will be avoiding backbiting. Now we are doing the tarbiyah, nurturing part we have started. In this chapter, I have given the plan how to do it. So the character building aspect should focus on avoiding backbiting and gossips. So you have to first, I'm not saying stop it. I have not used the word stop. I avoid backbiting and gossip. So, listen, backbiting and mocking others are sinful acts that relationship and lead to that hurts relationship and lead to Allah's displeasure. Okay, this is the lesson we are getting from the Surah Humaza, and then we are practical tip what we have to do, the nurturing part, the positive speech filter. This is again, you have to tell the students the skill which you are integrating in a student. How? So I have made a think method, THINK, think method. Okay, T is for is it true? So whenever we are going to involve in a talk, is it a gossip or something? How? And we are not able to control, or we are giving any judgment to anyone. What we have to use? We have to use this think filter. Okay. What is that? T, is it true? Whenever I am saying the things, whatever I am saying the thing, is it true? That will be the first law to be follow. Okay, so this is the you can teach the students. This is the skill they have to learn, they have to practice. Skill means they have to learn and they have to practice. This, the teachers have to practice also. Whenever you are saying something, take a pause. In the previous class also I told you, if the emotions are being stimulated, that means your amygdala or the central lobe is working. And if you are taking a pause of 60 seconds to 90 seconds, then it will be automatically going to the frontal lobe where your brain will be processing your emotions. Okay, so when you are doing this thing, see, when you try to practice it yourself, and it will take 60 seconds, inshallah. So T is for is it true? We have to think, is it true? Anything, any speech or any content we are going to deliver, or whatever the talks we are doing, and we are not clear about it, then use the filter method, think filter method. First is T, is it true? H, is it helpful? I, is it inspiring? N, is it necessary? If it is not necessary, most of the things in the slandering gossips, you will find out it is unnecessary. We are talking about something which is not related, unnecessary, just passing our time. Okay, and when you have talked teach a student already about Surah Al-Asr, that we are accountable about the time, how can they waste the time? The time is amana also, right? So any, is it necessary, they have to think. Then K, is it kind? It is going to hurt someone, or it is hurting me also, or someone will tell me I will be hurt or not. Okay, so this is the think tank which you make the student practice, and the teacher should also practice. I am practicing, Alhamdulillah, and it is very, very helpful. And this is derived from one of the CBT therapy we use in the counseling, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT it is called. We used to give the patients these things. I have converted into psychoeducational tool. Many of the psychological things I have converted into psychoeducational tools. So Alhamdulillah, it is working. So you can also practice it. So now we are doing the tarbiyah. Previously we deal with the theory, like you have not to teach, but tarbiyah, you should do the tarbiyah. But how to do the tarbiyah? This is how the blueprint. So the think method, the think filter. The second, the adverse effect of arrogance. First, we have to see, if you are saying don't gossip to the student, they will not be able to do it, because you have to give how. There should be one answer, na, how to practice it. So there, once they are using the think method, they will be practicing. This is a gossip, this is a slandering, this is an other thing or not. Then they are coming to the next stage, the adverse effect of arrogance. Now you have to tell the adverse effect of the arrogance. In whole lesson plan, I have not used the negative thing in first. Every time it will come after the understanding, after the analysis, the adverse thing or the consequences will be coming. Okay, so it is the, if you see it properly, there is a hidden element of warmth, compassion for the students. Okay, so the adverse effect of arrogance, lesson, mocking or belittling others because of appearance, wealth, status is an act of arrogance. You are telling them what are the things coming under the arrogance, and why you are telling them about arrogance, because due to this arrogance they are doing the act of humaza and lumaza. They are backbiting, they are slandering, they're making fun of others. Remember the previous session of Siratun Nabi, the incident of Taif. The people of Taif, why they were arrogant. The main thing was arrogant, so they mocked at Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So just see, the noble character was in front of them. It doesn't matter for them, because the arrogance make one person blind by heart and eyes. We become blind when we are arrogant. We become blind, completely blind. Okay, so you have to tell them what are the acts of arrogance too. Practical tip, what you can teach students to treat everyone with kindness, and regardless of their differences, whatever they, Allah has made them. They are created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah has created everyone. So when we are mocking at someone, whom we are mocking, these are the creations of Allah. If anyone is fat, anyone is very, very thin, anyone is black, white, whatever a person may be. So if we are making fun of someone, so whom we are making fun of? Okay, so this, let them analyze, let them reflect. Instead of using a tone of ordering them, don't do this, don't do, you should not do, let them reflect, make them more and more reflective. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay, now the second component of the chapter, that is love for the wealth. The lessons are accumulating wealth with greed and selfishness, hoarding and then saving. I told you the two things, there is a minute difference, and you have to clear to the students, because they are going to practice these things. They're in a state where small amount is with them, and they will become a good Muslim, practicing Muslim, or whatever they will be becoming. It is in your hands. You are shaping their spirituality also. So you have to tell them the difference between accumulating wealth with greed and selfishness. With greed and selfishness. So it will be like if I am saving money, maybe some for adverse condition, I am saving some, I am keeping my money, that is not hoarding. But I will become more and more rich, I will not spend a penny. It will so that will be, greed will be there, so it will become hoarding. Okay, it leads to destruction in hereafter. If we are hoarding money, it will leads to many present effect also. I have demonstrated in front of the students with the help of activities, how it is not affecting, helping the person who is hoarding money. It is not helping the person who is needy, and it is not helping the society also. So how, and it is destructive to that person also, because it's a Allah is cursing the people who are hoarding the money. Okay, then practical tip, how can you nurture it, how can you do the tarbiyah? Encourage student to share their blessings with others through charity and generosity. Okay, so how we can make the student, and it is not we have to tell the students, we have learned from the chapter. This pedagogy is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is already given us. If we will observe the Quranic ayahs, the way Allah is teaching us is the same pedagogy we have to teach to the student. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, if you are doing charity, you can smile also. It's a charity. Smiling to others is charity. Just give a dates to other, that is also a charity. Helping others is also a charity. Sharing your things is a charity. So that pedagogy, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us that the same thing you have to instill in your students. So you have to make them generous. If you have your friend has not bought the copy, you share your paper. If your friend has not brought the food, you share the things. So it is, we are trying to instill from the pre-nursery student the same thing. Now you have to expand the thing, like in pre-nursery, KG, class 1 2, they are sharing their pen pencil. Now let them share their pocket money. Now let them ask you, bring some gift. One activity we have done in your school, in our school, like we have asked the children to bring some gift. They brought lots of good gift. And then what we have in the school, we asked, share to your friends. So they have purchased a good things for themselves. They thought like this gift is for myself, and then they have to share to their friends. So like that, we you can make them generous. Okay, and first of all, the teachers have to be a role model. You start something giving. It is not about the only the money or the financial thing. You can help the students with the notes also. You can help the student with other things also. If the student is not working good, if you are seeing them in constant stress, take them in aloof and ask them what is the problem. Maybe they are suffering due to some problem in their home, the parents issue is there, something maybe. So just your asking them what is going with you is more than enough. Same as what happened in the Taif, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was bleeding from inside, wounded, and he was drained out emotionally. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responded his dua, he was, everything was okay. Okay, it is like the same thing. The teachers can play a role. Just asking a question, you need my help, come to me, is more than enough. Okay, so we can be a role model for them, and they will be practicing by seeing us, no problem. So here, how can we play the role? This is how the tarbiyah will go. Any doubt till now? No doubt. just observe the sequence, the sequence which I have given in the lesson plan. If we are following the sequence, the tarbiyah will automatically be there, inshallah. So moving forward, accountability in the hereafter. Till up to this, we are teaching them that it will be affecting you. I am not connecting the students to the akhirah. Now I am going to connect the students to the akhirah. So any good deed or bad deed which we are doing, it is with our present also and with the akhirah also. It is not just we are going the reward or the punishment in the akhirah. So it is, if we are doing a good deed, it is a good deed liberate our good hormones in our body. It makes us tranquil. We will get a good sleep. These are the things, these are the effect in our dopamine release will be there in our body. Likewise, if we are doing bad deed, there will be the physical effect also, and then the akhirah will be affected, yes, no doubt in it. Okay, so first, what they can see, what is the psychology in that? Let the students feel what is in front of them. Everyone, we akhira or jannah, why everyone know the theory, right? If we will do bad deeds, we will go to jahannam. But why we are involved in again and again in the sin, doing sins or hurting others? Why? Because it is not in front of us. So first start teaching the students what is in front of us, and then let them go what is not in front of us. That is gap. Okay, so from known to unknown. And this is again the pedagogy I derived from the Quran itself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he is saying about Jannah, he is giving the examples like the gardens, which we are able to see. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying there will be fruits in Jannah, he is giving the example of Rumanun, he is giving the examples of Zaitun and everything. So known to unknown, because our mind cannot perceive the things much which is unknown or which is gap. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving some examples like this. We will be getting better and better things like this. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying love of Allah, how much Allah loves you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying how much your mother is loving you. More than 70 times Allah is loving you. So again, you see, there is a known to unknown thing. So make the connection from known to unknown. It will be again a tips for the teachers which you can include in your lesson plan. Then coming to the accountability in the hereafter, tell the students you can choose anything, but you will be accountable. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done the same. We can choose, we are free to choose anything. We can lie, we can pray, or we can not lie, we can pray or we cannot pray. This is with us. The decision is with us. But what will be the consequences? We have to follow it. We will be responsible for our for accountable for our deeds. So this is how you can generate one by one. This is not a knowledge you are giving to the students. Let them feel stepwise. Okay, so if you will be feeling the flow of the lesson plan, we are trying to feel the children, reflect the children, the consequences. Okay, now accountability in the hereafter, that is called the tazkiya part. Lessons, every action, including our speech and behavior. We are what we are talking about, humaza. So including our speech and behavior is recorded, will be accounted for on the day of judgment. Means our gesture also. It is not our verbal cues. Verbal cues means whatever we are talking. Non-verbal things, that is our behavior. If someone is coming to you and you are turning your face away from that person, that is your non-verbal cues. Or some students are talking to you, you're neglecting the student, you're not seeing that student, you are not paying attention to the student. So this is also included. So here you can help the student to reflect on their behavior also. They can say, ma'am, we have not used any slang language or something, but their non-verbal actions, that is their gesture, their behavior, and with the speech are will be accounted. We will be accounted for all the things on the day of judgment. Okay. So let them aware. Here, what you are doing, you are making them aware about the things. The verbal things is also important, non-verbal things is also important. For example, all the students in your class, they are sitting, but you are able to feel that the students are listening to you or not. They are looking towards also, but you will be able to feel like students are paying attention to you or not. There was no communication. That is called the inverbal, non-verbal cues or non-verbal communication. It is very, very important. How you are going to help a student with warmth, with love, affection, or you are just taking doing just communication, they will be feeling it. Okay. So, and in the last, you will be becoming a teacher or you will be becoming a mentor. So, that decision again, it is in your hand. Management is not coming to you to ask you, you are a teacher. You will be teaching, you will be delivering. So, just think like that. You are delivering, and this is the perfect you. You will be the learning, and are becoming the mentor of the student. You will be blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, which is most effective? So the teachers also, they have to purify themselves, and it will automatically, the love, the care for the student, if you are preventing them from the hellfire, that spark should be there from your body language. It is not a bodily things or words you have to deliver. Rather, your body language should be there. Your affection should be reflected. Okay. So accountability in the hereafter. Practical tips help the students reflect on their actions and strive to please Allah in their daily lives. Again, not holistic approach, in their daily lives. It is mentioned the daily lives. So whatever the acts they are doing, they have to reflect upon. And again, the think filter there, that is there. So you have to think whenever you are going to do. For example, before going to a class, going to deliver content to a class, we can ask ourselves, or we can say, oh Allah, make my class effective. Okay. So this is a small act. This will be small practice, and it will enhance, inshallah, and it will connect automatically to your students. And it happens. It is not just theory I am dealing here, but it happens. I have felt it. Okay. So we can practice it. Next one is the reality of the fire. The hutama, the special fire which Allah has mentioned in that, those who are hoarding money, they will be burnt in hutama. What will be that small special fire? Like people are putting their money in a bank which is made or some lockers which are made up of metals. Okay. So what Allah is giving, you can again link the students with the punishments also. So Allah will let them, it is called crushing fire. So they will be put in the fire where all there will be types of rods or something like that, where the people who are hoarding money will be put. And when they they want to escape from the fire, the rods surrounding that will be also on fire. So it will be like burning from outside inside, and the fire will be like crushing them till their heart. So this is a special fire mentioned. So instead of just telling the name, you can explain or correlate what the punishment Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be giving, or what is special type of punishment and why it is like that. Okay. So whenever they will be doing the things, they will be remembering the fire. It is called the pedagogy again from the Quran. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is positive reinforcement where we are showing some rewards to the student, and then negative reinforcement, that is the punishment you have to show to the students to abstain from the sins. Both should be in your the chapters. It is not only love and love should be there, but there should be some harsh thing in the last, negative reinforcement. Okay, now going forward, any question till now? No question?
No questions.
No questions. Okay. See, if the questions are coming to your mind later also, just put in the group. Inshallah, I will try to answer. So, moving forward, the pedagogy. Okay. So, yes, the reality of the fire, practical tip will be, means the tarbiya part is instill a balance of fear and hope. What I said, the positive reinforcement and the negative reinforcement. So there should be a balance, not the one thing is dominating the other. Emphasize the mercy and the importance of the repentance also. So what Allah has given, once the student are realizing, or we all are realizing, like we have made something which we should not commit it, so Allah has given us the weapon of repent, so we can repent, and Allah loves the people who repent often. So you can, here in this chapter we are talking about the arrogance, we are talking about the repentance also. So don't scare the student, but tell them like that. When they are scared, then say you can repent, and Allah is most forgiving and He will forgive you. Then the pedagogy in the next is explanation. First, explain to the students about the chapter, discuss the prohibition of mocking, backbiting, slandering, explain the harmful obsessions. This is an obsession. Wealth, collecting, hoarding the money is the obsession of with wealth, and how it is distracts one from the hereafter. So if you are one person is involved in collecting, and there are special traits Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in the chapter. Who are the people? They will be collecting the money, and they will be counting, keep on counting. So they will be keeping the money with them, and they with interval they will be counting also. So these are the some traits are the people who will be the hoarding the money is given in the chapter. So explain them the harmful obsession with wealth. It's obsession. Any type of obsession is very bad for their health. So you can tell them that it's also an obsession of collection of wealth. Anything. For example, some people have obsession of collection of dresses. Some people have obsession, or some students have this age. They have the obsession of brand shoes collection, car collection, or something, bags collection or something. So you can guide them in this chapter. Then the discussion. Use open-ended question and involve students in discussion. It should not be monologue. You ask them question. What will happen? Why do people mock others? Okay, this is the basic question. You have the answer, you will give because of the arrogance, or I want to be superior, so I make others inferior. So some people just use this for the fun. Then next question you can put, how does backbiting hurt relationship? How much we need wealth? Talk about financial literacy. I have already told you, like from this chapter, you can ask them financial literacy. Like we have organized one seminar on this financial literacy, where one person, if the child is of 10 or 11 years, and he is going to live for 30 or 40 more years, how much money will be needed for that child? Okay, let them collect, count, and we will come out with that, like what we are trying to accumulate is much more. It is not required. We can have a good and healthy life with the money we are earning. So this is also included in the financial literacy. Many things are in the financial literacy we can have with this age of a student. Then comes the role play. Two people, one will be making fun of other. It can also be under the activity based learning method. So two people, one will be making fun of other. In the next part, reverse the role, ask them to explain how they feel mocking and when being humiliated. Okay, so this is the student will be doing this, or the teachers can also involve, or any more method you can do this. Any questions till now? No question?
No questions.
Okay. So integration of technology. You can integrate technology also. This is a very detailed lesson plans. I am keeping in front of you. You can make a short one also, but it's since it's a plan, it should be in detail so that you can pick something according to your time or response of the student. If you don't have any options in your lesson plan, you can no don't you cannot opt for options, but in the lesson plan itself we have then options, then we can pick the things. So integration of technology, show visual aids, short documentaries on the effect of gossips and benefits of generosity, how the dopamine is being released, how it is benefiting others. There are lots of stories also, so you can share them. From the prophetic stories also, you can share the gratitude, the and how the prophets were being mocked and how they acted and how it feel to be being mocked. Okay, so this is how we can do this. And yes, one more important thing, whenever we are doing this storytelling or role play, we are changing the classroom. So changing of the classroom means take the students to the garden, or sit on the in the outdoor, or or on the playground or somewhere, take change the place, so it will be more effective. What scientific evidence I will give you why it is required, if inshallah, but it is effective when you are doing it. Then connect with experts if it is required, the people, because it is something like it's a psychological issue. Once a person is being practicing, gossip, it is in the habit of a person, he's habituated of doing the gossip, slandering. It's a very very big thing. So first try to address individual if they are practicing the ill behavior, or second guide them to reduce the or quit the things if they can. If facing problems, connect with experts, means psychologist, or you can go to the counselors also. Okay, so it is not a simple thing. A whole surah on a topic is revealed. It's very very bad, or it's a type of disease for a person and for the society. So we should be very very serious about this thing. Psychological tips I have added is the emotional regulation, taming the nerves. You have to tame your nerves. It is just your mouth or your tongue want to do some gossips, involve in some gossips. So the tongue wants something spicy. Okay. So what it is, the taming, you have to tame your nerves. Practice self control. If tempted, if we are some people are doing gossiping and we are tempted by it, the backbiting or something, what we have to do, this you have to teach the children. Again, it is the practical tips, like repeat or hold your breath, pause for some time and repeat, I will not let my tongue harm my akhira. So this is the statement the student can practice, or we can practice to ourselves, or we can say to ourselves. So self talk also is a positive talk sometimes, not every time, but self talk is a good habit. So we can do the self talk, I will not let my tongue harm my akhira. So whenever we are, and it will come with practice. It is a skill you have to learn. Okay. Second thing, social and environmental control. Avoid the triggers. So whenever people are sitting, or you are seeing like this type of people, they are here to make fun of someone, and one spicy topic is going to be illuminated, just leave this. Leave the circle. Avoid gossip circles. Choose positive friends. Set boundaries. Boundaries is very very important. If I will get some opportunity, inshallah, in later classes, I will explain about EI, emotional intelligence, and these boundaries. It is for the mental well-being of the teachers also, and for the students also. These two topics are very very important. So setting the boundaries is very very important. It is like we are not able to demarcate between the emotions and the boundaries. It is nothing like negative thing. If we are saying no to people, we are saying thinking like we are hurting them. No, it's not hurting. So how can we set the small the boundaries? It is also very very important. Okay. So teach the children, and you also, the teachers are also requested to practice the boundaries. Okay. Next is positive behavior. Engage in the zikr. When your tongue wants to gossip, change it, because whenever saying someone or to self, don't do that, then you have to give the second options. Then what? Don't involve your tongue in gossips. Do the zikr. Don't do backbiting and read something. Don't do this, but do this. So you have to engage, give your brain engagement, your tongue engagement, the students some engagement. Whenever you are withdrawing something, people from a condition, engage them in, give them some options. Okay. So this is a very very strong psychological tips. Then the assessment. I have not used a very detailed assessment because our next session is on the assessment. We will be doing it. But the assessment part also should be framed according to the Bloom's taxonomy, where your all the domains should be covered, and the higher order domains must be covered, where you have to create. Like for example, the students can journal, write a journal, journaling can they can do about the some events. Let them write about some event where someone mocked at them and how they felt, or they have done they used to be part of the gossip circle, and they have abstained themselves, withdraw themselves from the circle. Let them write. So this should can be there. So it will be apart from the simple assessment test, which we are taking the question answer and all. This should be included in the form of journaling. This should be included in the form of letter writing, or maybe other things. This assessment part, inshallah, it is going to be covered in our next session. So from my side, that's all. We can take the questions. Anything which the teachers are struggling with in while making the lesson plan, or while delivering the lesson plan, it's not very simple for them, they can ask.
I have a request.
Yes.
One, someone is not have not joined with his proper name. It will be difficult for us to identify. Please join with your proper name so that we can have this in our while we prepare our certificates. Then it will be a crucial thing to consider. I hope one plus something, someone herself. Please correct it. 1 plus KB 2005. We don't recognize you. Could you please write your proper name? I hope you could hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Is it actually necessary to put the name? If yes, then actually I don't want to put my name.
Otherwise, how would we identify who have participated in which session? And for certificates, it will be a crucial thing.
Okay, if it's a difficulty, then I may leave. Thank you.
Oh, brother, it is not any difficulty, but we are going to give you the certificates. So we need the names who are the people joining the classes regularly, how many classes you have joined. For that, we are asking for the proper name only.
No, certificate, I think it's not a necessity because I could not join regularly. Whenever I get time, actually, I joined. So that will not be good also because I did not do all the classes. Not all, just very few classes. So that's why I think it's okay.
Okay.
We have
If
options. We have option. If you miss some class, we will provide you recorded class link through our website. So you would all, if you really it really matters knowing the skill according to the skill. I encourage all of you to be sincere if for attending the class. If for some reason if you miss, you go through the video recorded version of the class.
So if no question, then we can wind up the session. And if the questions are there, they are welcome in the group, no problem. Inshallah, I will try to answer it. And the document is required, then I will share in the group.
All right, inshallah, we will begin with the wrapping up of the session. So, alhamdulillah, we have reached the end of today's enriching session, and I'm sure all of us found it immensely beneficial. We can see some of the messages too. Jazakumullah khair for your feedback. Inshallah, by implementing the lessons that we have learned today in our classrooms, we will be able to contribute to the future generation of Muslims who will represent Islam in both their words and their actions. So, on behalf of Ilannoor Institute, we sincerely thank Dr. Saiqua Alam for her insightful and inspiring session. We also thank all participants for your attentive presence and active engagement. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.